Hello, and welcome to Under the Magnifying Glass. This is the first of a series of podcasts where we look under the magnifying glass surrounding health claims made for dietary supplements. In this first series, we are focusing on immune health supplements, or commonly referred to as immune boosters. This is especially important throughout the winter season. Perhaps you are considering stocking up on products to safeguard you and your family against wintertime colds, coughs, body aches, and other symptoms no one wants to experience. The reality is that thousands of dietary supplement products are on the market today that claim to support the immune system. You'll see claims aimed at so many of us that experience those ever-present common daily life stressors. Maybe you're under extra pressure at work or have a test coming up at school. Or perhaps you're planning some intense exercise to get into shape. For all of these, you want to make sure that your immune system stays strong. For most of us, we're just thinking about a bad cold or the flu, and we want to do what we can to avoid getting sick. Some examples of the claims you've likely seen advertised for these products include things like support the body's response to stress and fuel the immune system, primes the immune system to protect the body against daily stressors and environmental challenges, immune defense, and daily immune boost. These claims are really about resilience to help your immune system face challenges to your health. Do they work? Will they help us when we might be experiencing stressors? Will they help us recover more quickly if we do start to feel sick? Knowing whether the science supports these types of claims, no less the overwhelming number of products and ingredients can seem daunting. Where do you start? I'm Cindy Crawford, a Senior Research Associate with the Henry Jackson Foundation for the Advancement of Military Medicine in support of the Consortium for Health and Military Performance, or CHAMP. CHAMP is a defense center of excellence located at the Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences in Bethesda, Maryland. I support a program at CHAMP called Operation Supplement Safety, which we abbreviate as OP, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, or OPS, and conduct research to identify trusted evidence for helping providers and consumers make good decisions. We develop educational resources and tools for use by our service members and their families so they can make better, evidence-informed decisions about the use of dietary supplements. Today, I'm joined by my colleague, Dr. Patricia Doister, the Executive Director of CHAMP, and we've teamed up with Dr. Laverne Brown and Dr. Becky Costello from the Office of Dietary Supplements at the National Institutes of Health to look under the magnifying glass at dietary supplements with claims for immune health. Together, and throughout this series, we hope to bring you some key tips about these supplements based on the science so that you can make evidence-informed decisions about these products and ingredients. So let's start off with some introductions from our colleagues before we dive on in. Dr. Doister, would you introduce yourself first?
Sure, thanks, Cindy. And hi, Becky and Laverne. It's great for us all to be together supporting human performance optimization for our service members and their families. I am a professor in the Department of Military and Emergency Medicine at the Uniformed Services University, and as Cindy stated, I'm also the Executive Director of CHAMP, which was previously stated. CHAMP promotes and endorses the Department of Defense Total Force Fitness, or TFF, framework of holistic, proactive support of service members, their families, and communities. Dietary supplements are a piece of Total Force Fitness because so many of our service members use them in hopes of staying strong and maintaining health, wellness, and resilience. Immune health is just a part of this, and it's critical to military readiness. Dr. Costello, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Certainly. Thank you, Dr. Doister. I'm pleased to be here today with my colleagues from CHAMP and the NIH Office of Dietary Supplements. I'm Rebecca Costello, a scientific consultant to the NIH Office of Dietary Supplements, also known as ODS. ODS recently celebrated its 25th anniversary. Its mission is to strengthen knowledge and understanding of dietary supplements by evaluating scientific information, stimulating and supporting research, disseminating research results, and educating the public to foster and enhance quality of life and health for the U.S. population. I'll now turn to Dr. Brown. Please tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you, Becky, and hello, everyone. Let me just say that I am delighted to be a part of this conversation because I believe it's important that we are all aware of the information, or at least know how to access information that is relevant to the safety, benefits, and/or harms of some of the ingredients listed on the supplement product labels. My name is Laverne Brown. I'm a program director at the National Institutes of Health, Office of Dietary Supplements, and I founded and chair the NIH Resilience Working Group with the goal of developing new frameworks for understanding protective factors that either empower or strengthen individuals to recover, or maybe recover better and adapt, or even resist disruption upon exposure to a stressor. It is through this lens, this resilience lens, that we consider the available scientific information on immune-supporting dietary supplement ingredients.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. This is an amazing collaboration, so thank you all for joining in today. Before we get started, I have to mention our disclaimers. What we'll talk about today and throughout our series are our own opinions and do not reflect the official positions or policies of the Uniformed Services University, the U.S. Department of Defense, the National Institutes of Health, or the Henry Jackson Foundation. Any mention of trade names, commercial products, or organizations does not imply endorsement by the U.S. government. So let's dive on in. Dr. Costello, to get us started, can you tell our audience about the types of products and ingredients that we found through our market-driven research?
Sure. Many immune health products are combination products, which means the products list multiple ingredients on their labels. Many common ingredients are botanical or plant-based ingredients such as echinacea, elderberry, garlic, ginger, golden seal, holy basil, various mushroom extracts, rosehip, slippery elm, and turmeric, to name a few. Also common are the vitamins such as A, B, C, D, E, K, and the minerals calcium, magnesium, selenium, and zinc.
Wow, right? And that's just the most common ingredients. Actually, as part of our research, we had some of these combination type products analyzed and found that the majority had inaccurate labeling, meaning that some products listed ingredients on the supplement facts labels that were not contained in the product, and others contained compounds that were not present on the labels. None of the products we had analyzed had third-party certification seals on their labels. Those seals help guarantee that what you purchase will contain what's on the label. So, Dr. Brown, would you share a bit about the evidence behind the claims for ingredients contained in these products?
Sure, Cindy. We conducted a rigorous, systematic review of dietary supplement ingredients that had immune health claims that were identified in the marketplace. And in general, while we found dietary supplement products with label claims for supporting the immune system, and some even claimed to boost the immune system, as it turns out, the ingredients listed on those products did not appear to have strong scientific evidence for or against their use. That is, at least not for the otherwise healthy consumer looking to maintain health and resilience. Now, some research has been conducted on some single ingredient products such as echinacea, elderberry, garlic, vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. But when considering resilience and immune health outcomes, other ingredients identified in the marketplace don't seem to have any scientific evidence to support immune health claims. And unfortunately, for combination products, even though these products tend to dominate the market, there is even less evidence available to show that they work. So Cindy, I want to invite the listeners to check out some of our educational materials on the OPS and ODS websites, as well as our recent publication in Nutrients Journal, where we detail the evidence that we found. And if there are any questions or comments for us, listeners can feel free to go to the Operation Supplement Safety website and submit a question through the Ask the Expert ATE portal.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Brown, for mentioning that. So, Dr. Doister, what does this mean for consumers hoping to support or even boost their immune system and stay healthy? Are there specific claims that they should look out for or some general tips that we might share today?
Sure, Cindy, and thanks for that question. I would say always look for products that display third-party certification or verification seals, such as BSCG or Banned Substance Control Group, NSF International, Informed Sport, or USP for United States Pharmacopoeia. Stay away from products with quick fix claims or statements implying that the product can prevent or treat a disease or condition. It's really important to know that dietary supplements are not to be marketed to cure, mitigate, treat, diagnose, or prevent any disease or condition. Claims like natural flu shot, boost immunity, and keep you healthy from disease, resist infection, or any claim mentioning COVID are considered disease claims because the claim is about disease prevention and treatment. These are not permissible according to the FDA regulatory framework for dietary supplements. Dr. Brown and Dr. Costello, are there some other tips you want to share?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Dr. Doister. I'd like to suggest that listeners can refer to the OPS screening tool as a good first pass. This can be found in the ops.org website, as previously mentioned. Also, outside of the standard multivitamin and mineral supplements, listeners should be alert to products that have multiple ingredients listed on the label, especially ingredients with names that are not easily pronounced. And be careful of proprietary blends where we don't know the amounts of each ingredient. Also, recognize that for some ingredients, there is no data about what is considered a safe amount or for how long you can take the product without experiencing adverse reactions.
Dr. Brown, thanks for those great comments. Dr. Costello, is there anything else you would like to add?
Sure. I'd just like to add that when looking at vitamins and minerals, make sure the amount listed on the product label is below the upper tolerable limit and it's not too much above the recommended dietary allowance or the DV, always taking into account your dietary intake as well. As a general tip, check to make sure the DV is less than 200% on the labels. There are a few exceptions like vitamin B12 that are considered safe at any amount, but most vitamins and minerals have upper limits and can be harmful if you get too much. You can find the recommended amounts and upper limits in the ODS fact sheets for vitamins and minerals posted on the ODS website.
Thank you, everyone. Those are some good tips to consider when looking at various products and understanding what to look out for on product labels. Stay tuned for our next podcast episodes where we're going to be joined by healthcare practitioners and educators who will share their various perspectives as we continue our discussions surrounding the science behind these claims and talk about what it means for you as the potential consumer looking to support your immune system. In the meantime, please visit the fact sheets on the Office of Dietary Supplements website, as well as ops.org for evidence-based information about specific dietary supplement ingredients for immune health. You can also look up our research articles, as Dr. Brown previously mentioned, in the journals Nutrients and JAMA Network Open. And of course, feel free to send us any comments or questions at our Ask the Expert portal on ops.org. Thank you for tuning into Under the Magnifying Glass. Until next time, have a great week.